So Joe Biden decided to put out a really interesting statement. Okay, let me read it to you. Right? A proclamation on Loyalty Day 2021. So Joe Biden issued this on April 30th, and I just want to read you a bit of what this says. Okay, let me scroll down to the bottom. It's not long, it's just a page, but let's just scroll down to the bottom. So he says, "Now, therefore I, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States of America, do hereby proclaim May 1st, 2021 as a Loyalty Day. This Loyalty Day, I call upon the people of the United States to join in this national observance, display the United States flag, and pledge allegiance to the republic for which it stands. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 30th day of April, in the year of our Lord, 2021, and of the independence of the United States of America." Now, look, I just want to break this down very simply. You know what he's doing here, right? You know what May the 1st is? All over the world, literally all over the world. You know what the May the 1st is? That's Labor Day, also known as, International Workers' Day. It's a holiday. Look, I can show you on the map just how many countries actually celebrate this. Okay, take a look. That's how many, right? Now, again, we all know that a map is worthless without a legend, okay? Unfortunately, the legend is out of screen. I'm going to shift this up so you can see it. Basically, the countries in red are all the countries who celebrate it, right? And if you'll allow me one moment to move this up. There we go. Wonderful. So you can see here, all these countries in red, they celebrate International Workers' Day. You know what's hilarious? The United States does not. It has no public holiday on May the 1st. Even though the United States actually invented this, well, not invented, but used the May the 1st to, commemorate the Haymarket Affair. So the Haymarket Affair, this was kind of, we have to go back in time for this. This is in the 19th century. You had an incident where people were protesting about the number of hours they have to work, right? So about the working day. And there was an incident, but there's a bomb that went off. You had some police killed, protesters killed. And so to commemorate that, they began holding this, and I think it started in Chicago, on May the 1st to commemorate, the Haymarket Affair, and also to have solidarity, show solidarity with workers all over the world. And now this is caught on, and ironically, the United States doesn't have that anymore. You know why? Because of the Cold War, right? So in the Cold War, after World War II, even though the United States was allied with the Soviet Union, which is, communist, afterwards, they became enemies. You all know. And part of the Cold War, domestically, you had the Red Scare, you had McCarthyism, and, as part of McCarthyism and this witch hunt against anyone remotely or even not even necessarily actually affiliated with communists, part of that was, banning and getting rid of this. So, just to show you over here, this is what they passed in 1921, right? Also, ironically called Loyalty Day. So this is probably where Biden is getting it from, no surprise, right? And you can see here, they say the holiday was first observed in 1921 during the first Red Scare, right? We have multiple of those. It was originally called Americanization Day, okay? And it was intended to replace the May 1st celebration of the International Workers' Day, which commemorates the 1886 Haymarket Affair in Chicago. So, this is what it says, right? It's nothing to do with workers. It just says Loyalty Day is a special day for the reaffirmation of loyalty to the United States. That's it. And I mean, the message could not be more clear, if you ask me. The message could not be clearer because, the United States, as part of the Red Scare, what did they also do? They passed the Taft-Hartley Act in 1947. Taft-Hartley Act decimated unions, right? To this day, you can't run as a union leader or for election as a union leader if you're a communist, right? Not allowed. They made sure that union membership went down. People didn't pay their dues. No need to join because everyone benefits from the collectivized bargaining, right? So they really engineered this to make sure union membership plummeted from 30% of the American workforce down to, what is it now, 10%, right? Something abysmal. And then, of course, Joe Biden will say the word unions and do shit like this, right? Oh, yeah, unions built... what does he say in his joint speech? He says, the middle class built America and unions built the middle class. But, of course, he won't give the middle class a raise. And, of course, he does things like this to really continue this McCarthyism, this ridiculous Red Scare nonsense. And, you know, I think it's astonishing that people cannot see that the entirety of the Cold War was not just spent, confronting Russia, but also at home. It was used as an excuse to really kill unions, to kill the working class. And they're still doing this, right? This is so weird. I don't even know how to react to that. Like, I was disgusted, but not really surprised. I was like, yeah, I already knew that they had removed this holiday on purpose because they're so petty. But it really shows you that they don't even want you to celebrate or have solidarity with other workers. Because again, I mean, you have to think about this. You as a worker, or just as a citizen, as a human being, right? It's not about what you produce. Just as a human being, you have more in common with other human beings, other workers in China, in Russia, in Syria, than you do with any of the people who work in Washington, D.C. On every level. On every level. Okay? Except perhaps language. Think about that. You have more in common with the people that they want you to demonize and internalize this xenophobia against. Think about that. It's very powerful. And, Loyalty Day, I mean, you know how the Americans, or at least in American movies, you see that a lot, they try to make fun of, again, the axis of evil, right? Just the name itself is cartoonish. They make fun of North Korea, they make fun of, Syria, they make fun of Iran, they make fun of countries that are, of course, they don't want to bend the knee to U.S. hegemony. They call them totalitarian. Oh, they have a cult of personality. Oh my God, look, they have their glorious supreme leader, and they're all sheep, and they have things like this. And then like Loyalty Day, that's something you would expect from a dystopian novel or something that Hollywood would say about countries the U.S. doesn't like, right? And then the U.S. turns around and does that. I mean, this is hilarious, honestly, right? And again, I don't know if this is true, but many of you have told me they make you say the Pledge of Allegiance, and I don't know, maybe this varies state by state or school by school. I mean, you want to talk about indoctrination? You want to talk about indoctrination? Huh. I don't think you should have loyalty to Joe Biden, and I don't think you should have loyalty in this capacity, like he mentions, right? Because he could have picked any other date. There's a real reason he picked this date. Do you understand? Like, every country has loyalty pledges, and of course, we understand that, right? Everyone is proud of their home country, and every country has its own, pledges of allegiance, etc., and their national hymns. I know. This is not it. This date is not an accident, May 1st. And I just showed you, he's not the first to do this, right? This is something that has its origins in the Red Scare, okay? It's an anti-Soviet and an anti-communist and anti-socialist response from the United States. So, I mean, we know that they're continuing Russiagate. We know that they're continuing this, Russophobia, that they're continuing the the Red Scare. I don't know. Are we in the third Red Scare now? I don't know. Yeah, we know. MSNBC, I know. I actually asked you guys on Twitter, like, how many of you have learned about McCarthyism at school? I got thousands of replies. And astonishingly enough, a lot of them, I'm not giving a percentage because I don't know the percentage, but a big amount said they'd never heard of this term even. That's very worrisome. That's very worrisome. And if you go and you look at the speeches that were taking place, dude, I mean, this isn't something like, oh, we're going to go after, this communist chapter over here because we don't like them, which is is still something that took place. But they were even going after other members of government, right? High-ranking officials in the military, accusing them of being not just communists, but Soviets, right? So it's not just, oh, you're of a different political ideology. No, you are a spy, right? Baseless, completely baseless, a lot of it. Made up. In any case, this date is no accident that he picked this, right? No accident whatsoever. And you have also over here something that I was looking up. Executive Order 9835. This is passed by Harry Truman in 47, right? Lots of things happening in 47, remember. So this is called the Loyalty Order also, this executive order, okay? And look at what it says over here. Again, this is just a brief summary, right, from Wiki. So Truman aimed to rally public opinion behind his Cold War policies with investigations conducted under its authority. He also hoped to quiet right-wing critics who accused Democrats of being soft on communism. Right? Democrats veering to the right. When have we seen that before? The Loyalty Order was part of the prelude to the rise of Senator Joseph McCarthy, who we were just talking about, right? A Republican of Wisconsin. And, I mean, this term loyalty, it's really... It's ironic. I find it very ironic because I really don't think you can... I mean, you either have a loyalty with other workers or you have loyalty to the corporations, man. That's what they want, right? That's what they want. Very telling. Very telling. So, yeah, just to tell you, May 1st, it's a holiday in a lot of countries, right? I'm pretty sure... it's celebrated in Syria, yeah, Poland, Austria, you name it. But not America, and that's where it originated. Isn't that funny? So there's been a real effort to, crush, not just legally, but on a cultural level even, on a collective, in the collective conscience, things like this. Right? The very notion you have a day for workers? What's that?